Davis are the first teammates to earn first-team honors since Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire in 2007, 13 years ago. Prior to that, Kobe and Shaq did it for 3 consecutive years, from 2002 to 2004. So with that in mind, oh yes, play the music. We want to hear it. Let's run it back. Oh yeah, LeBron's top 5 dimes to Anthony Davis.
Now it's been back and forth with Stoudemire. Lead changes. Look at AD Sky to get that pass.
Wow. Well, I tell you, he's long to begin with, but it just looks like he can go up an extra length. Look how long he is. Look at LeBron looking at him and saying, I see you.
That's going to miss, but Mickey's going to give them an extra 14. The lob to AD.
Well, I tell you, AD is showing off a bit. That was a two-hand flush behind the head.
Behind the head. Davis 6 for 7. It's a 3 by Antetokounmpo, and it's picked up by LeBron. Down court, Anthony Davis. Sledgehammer at the other end, out racing Antetokounmpo. 7-point game, 2 minutes to play. Triple-double for LeBron, number 6 this season.
They've turned it over quite a bit here in the second. Alley-oop, and Davis throws it down. Ball and hit him into the face after it went through.
Pick and roll, diving to the hoop. Looks like it's out of reach, but look at the length of Anthony Davis, the ability to catch and finish over the contested hand of Ben Simmons.
Hope. James with a great tap to AD. The Lakers punishing the Heat on the glass.
The inability to finish the possession, the lack of size against this extraordinary length is killing them.
Ooh, those guys look dangerous. I want to preview the Western Conference Finals.
Hey, I tell you what, that second one looked like you, RJ.
No, well, the little reverse joint. Yeah.
That was your go-to.
We all have scrapbooks.
I'm so excited for the next few weeks. We're just going to start running those Nets highlights back and back and back into two. It's going to be so much fun. All right, I do want to preview the Western Conference Finals. Tip-off on Friday on TNT. The Lakers handled the Rockets in 5 games. And they're going to have 6 days of rest, guys, between the end of their last series and the start of the next. Now, when the playoffs started, most had the Lakers, Clippers, and Bucks in sort of this top tier above the rest of the league. But 2 of those teams have gotten bounced in the second round. So does that mean the Lakers are in the driver's seat to win the title now, Vince?
Yes, I mean, they are in the driver's seat. I mean, it's obvious. We felt that if it wasn't the Clippers, it would be the Lakers. But at the same time, this is not going to be a cakewalk. This is not going to be a cakewalk in this series. And if they get past this series, Miami or Boston is going to give them a challenge as well. Not saying they won't win it, but this is not a cakewalk. And, you know, I like what the Lakers have done. They took care of business and made sure it's like, hey, if you guys want us to play the Clippers, we're going to do what we need to do, and we're waiting. But it didn't happen. But now they're playing against a Denver Nuggets team that is very confident and believes in themselves. And look out. I think, hey, let me say this also. 6 games, minimum. This is going to go 6 games minimum.
So I have the Nuggets in 7, and I haven't changed that. And this is why. You look at this Laker defense that has been so dominant. And the thing about the Laker defense is in the first round, right, if you can double-team Dame and you're passing it off to Nurkic, and then there's a variety of shooters, but that's your goal. Second round, you're guarding James Harden. You double-team him. You force Russell Westbrook and other players to beat you. The problem is if you double-team Jamal Murray that just had a 40 ball and has had 50-50-40 in this postseason, you're throwing it to Nurkic. And now he's throwing no-look backdoor passes. He's throwing shots out to open three-pointers. He has his own floater. He can post up a small. So that's why the Denver Nuggets have been so good, is because you can't double team Jamal Murray, and then if you do, you're passing it to the best big man in basketball that can dominate you from a variety of ways. So I still think the Denver Nuggets are a problem that the Lakers have not seen, and I think that's why they have a chance to win this thing in 7.
Well, look, if you look at the Nikola Jokic issue, I want you guys to take a listen to Frank Vogel here. He broke down what he's seen this postseason from Jokic. Take a listen real quick.
Yeah, Joker is one of the most unique players in the world, and one of the most unique players ever to play the center position in this league. You know, what he's able to do, he basically can hurt you in all ways. He can hurt you at the three-point line, in the pocket, playing the 4-on-3 game in the post, and obviously with his passing, which they understand his abilities up there, passing the basketball and do a great job speed cutting through the lane.
So that is the matchup so many people are going to be watching, the Joker against the Lakers front line. How do you see that shaking out, Richard?
Well, I think Joker's going to get, everything that he wants because of the way that Jamal Murray is playing right now, and he's drawing so much attention. It's raised the level of Jokic. And look, so many times we're like, well, how are they going to guard LeBron? How are they going to guard AD? Well, the bigger question in this series to me is not LeBron or AD or even Jamal Murray. It's really about Jokic, because Jokic can do all the things offensively that we have not seen from a center before. So that's going to be the question, is how, in this series, how Jokic is guarded and how dominant he can be with the Laker defense.
And I want to add to that, with that, you can put Jokic, like you said, anywhere on the floor. I think the keys to this game, one of the keys is Jokic. Does he dominate that matchup, or does AD? And like you said, when you double team Jokic, he has a lot of shooters, and he has that guy Jamal Murray. The question for me with the Lakers are the shooting, the three-point shooting. If you go double team LeBron, if you go double team AD, now the thing is, they were 11th in the playoffs right now in shooting, in three-point shooting. That's a question. You got to hit shots. And if I'm Denver, I'm going to make, if we're going to lose a series, we're going to lose it because someone else that wasn't named LeBron James or Anthony Davis beat us.
Yeah, and you can't do that with Jokic. You can't make someone other than Jokic beat you, because that's how he beats you, by creating open shots for other players.
But let me ask you, Vince, about what you're saying about LeBron and AD. Normally you can say on some of LeBron's past teams, especially once Kyrie left Cleveland, no offense, Richard Jefferson, if we don't let LeBron beat us, who else is going to beat us on that team? On this team, can you really isolate and say we're not going to let LeBron or AD beat you? Is the Denver defense stout enough to take care of both of those guys?
It's tough. Like I said, if AD's playing like he's playing, it's going to be tough. But at some point, there's going to be focus on two guys. Yeah, and every time one guy gets the ball, whether it's in the post or on the wing, you're going to shade to him, and you're saying, okay, we're shading because such and such is going to beat us, whoever that may be. Whoever you're deeming the guy that's going to beat you, that's who's going to beat you. So it's everything's up for of question right now. But Jokic, he's the man.
Yeah, no, he is the man. There's not much to say. But look, Anthony Davis, the one good thing is because of Anthony Davis, because of JaVale McGee, because of Dwight Howard in the post, and that's why I don't think we're going to see him in the post very, very much. Because in the post, these guys can just guard him one-on-one. Yeah. They can guard him, and you have guys that can move around with them. They're not like big stiffs. They're not like Nurkic or somebody like that, or Steven Adams that would be having to chase him around. So you can keep these huge, versatile bigs that the Lakers have. So they're going to keep him on the perimeter. He's going to be on the perimeter. He's going to be at the elbows, because now he can pick you apart and play one-on-one. That's why he's such a matchup problem.
RJ, he's no little man down there. He's no little man down there. And
if he gets to working down there, you got to live with him on the block.
No, agree. Yeah, exactly. But if he's getting comfortable and he's scoring on your bigs, he gets the right in foul trouble. What happens then?
You're living with that. This is why you're living with that. AD, you wanted to be Defensive Player of the Year. You were upset about that. Go show it. Dwight Howard, you're a multi-time Defensive Player of the Year, albeit you're not in your prime. You got to go deal with that. We're not going to double team. You're going to take those lumps, or you're going to prove that you're a great defensive team.
It's going to be so good.
You want to put AD in foul trouble?
Well, I'm just hopefully that, AD gets him in foul trouble.
Down in the series, later on in the series, but not in the beginning. You don't want him in foul trouble.
No. You don't want AD in foul trouble. I agree.
I do agree with both of you. It's going to be a long and good series. So is the East. Coming up, you guys are going to see my interview with Miami Heat forward Bam Adebayo, who made the game-saving block to win Game 1. After the break, Richard and Vince will also share their most memorable blocks from their career. Oh, I promised everyone Nets video. It's going to be some in there.